Welcome. My name is Anastasia. This is a prenatal specific yoga class. So for those who are pregnant, it is geared toward you, but this is appropriate for anyone who wants to have a practice today that's focused on balance and stability. It will still be flow style, but we're going to move through fewer downward facing dogs if you're familiar with that posture. We won't be lying on the tummy or the back. And if you are familiar with those types of movements, want to go ahead and incorporate them because that's safe for you, please do. Prior to starting any new exercise routine, please do check with your doctor. Whether you're pregnant or not, make sure it's a safe exercise for you and get any guidelines you need to perform your practice safely. This is my cat Nefertiti. She likes to join sometimes. So focusing on balance and stability today is also going to help us think about our core strength. Now your core is your abdomen, your low back, outer hips. It's basically from under your chest to right below your hips, all the way around your body. So the waist as well. And we're going to focus on keeping it strong and finding our stability as our center of gravity changes. I myself am 11 weeks pregnant, so this practice is mutually beneficial. You can put on some peaceful music for yourself. I have some on for me. Find yourself a comfortable seated position. It does not have to be crossed-legged, but it can be. Sit up nice and tall, stacking one vertebra on top of the other, crown of your head reaching up to the ceiling. Give your shoulders a big roll up to your ears and down and back, creating a nice open space in your chest to receive your breath. You're welcome to close your eyes to bring your focus inward. And start to move that breath in and out your nose only. Long, slow inhales, filling up the chest cavity and abdomen completely with air. And full exhales, pushing out every drop of that breath. We use the breath to calm the body, to quiet the mind. We breathe in all of the things that serve us well and positively. And we exhale all of the things we don't need. Any negative feelings, any anxiety. This breath is slow, long, expansive. With your next few inhales, take an inventory of your body, noting how all the different parts of it are feeling today. If any part of it is in need of some extra care or attention, just make a mental note of it so that you can do so throughout our practice. With your next few exhales, let go of your day, anything you've already done, whatever you have left to do, anything troubling your mind or your spirit, just drifting away. With your body and mind connected in this space, please silently set an intention for your practice. Your intention could be something physical, like developing better balance, or something mental, like finding peace. Set yours silently now. Maintain this nasal breath throughout our practice. You're welcome to have your eyes closed at any time. Just be aware that especially when you're standing, this affects your balance. We begin to move. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up, looking toward the fingers. Exhale, palms and chin to heart center. Follow your breath Know that we don't have to move in unison. And you don't ever have to use the same range of motion that I do. Use one that's appropriate for you. One more cycle of breath. Rest your hands in your lap, keeping those shoulders down and back. Your chin is toward your chest. Roll your right ear toward your right shoulder. Just letting that gentle stretch come through the side of the neck. Roll your chin toward your chest. Left ear coming toward your left shoulder. Noticing if one side has more tightness than the other, recognizing that that's very normal. Roll your chin toward your chest. Right ear toward right shoulder again. If it feels good, you can reach those left fingertips out to the side and or bring your right hand to the side of your head. Deepening that stretch, moving that stretch through the trapezius muscle. Release. Hands to lap. Roll your chin toward your chest. Left ear toward left shoulder. If it feels good, reaching the right hand out to the side. If it feels good, gently bringing those left fingertips to the side of the head. Release. Hands to lap, roll your chin toward your chest. Gentle pressure with your fingertips on the back of your head. And release. Let's go ahead and take your right leg out to the side. We're going to flex those toes, and you're going to bring your left heel as far up into the groin as it can come. It doesn't matter how wide you are, but maybe go for about a 90-degree angle with your femurs. Toe looks up to the ceiling. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn the body and float directly over that leg. Grab on wherever it works for you. Maybe the calf or the foot. Look down at your leg. Keep your sitting bones connected to the floor as you stretch longer. If it works for you, you could walk your fingertips along either side of your leg. Inhale and exhale, come up. Nice stretch for our low back. Take a big inhale, reach. We leave that leg where it is. This time, your right arm comes inside that right leg as we reach up and over with the left arm. You're shining your heart up toward the ceiling, and we're reaching in a big arc in the direction of the toes. You can gaze wherever it works for your neck. Down, forward, up. Sitting bones stay connected. Stretching the side body. Inhale and exhale, come up. Now again, we'll take a big inhale, reach. And exhale, we take an open twist. We're going to twist to the left, hand coming inside of that right leg. Shoulders stay down and back as we twist the entire spine. But we've got plenty of space in that abdominal wall, so we're not restricting any blood flow here. Inhale and exhale, release to center. Now, part of balance and stability is strengthening the core all the way around and we are going to do some strengthening for that abdominal wall. Please only take this movement where it works for you. It doesn't have to be far. We're going to bring those legs out in front. Heels will stay connected to the floor for now. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. We reach the arms. You may already feel those core muscles working. Of course, taking the legs wider if you need more space for the tummy. Lean back only to where you feel those core muscles engage appropriately. If you need additional challenge here, lift your right leg up. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. This version of boat pose, Navasana. Hold and breathe. And release. Take those legs wide and just round over those legs. Tuck your chin. Very nice. Come on up. Now we'll come to the other side on that Janu Shirshasana. We'll stretch that left leg long. Right heel draws up into the groin as far as it can go. A 90-degree angle or more with your femurs. Toes look up toward the ceiling. Take a big inhale, lift. Exhale, turn the body and we float over that leg. You only go as far as you need. My belly's not real big yet, but I know it'll get there. So if yours is there, just take it where you can. Know that every stretch, every time we're intentional with the breath and the body, it's beneficial. It doesn't matter how far we go. You can grab on if that works, or walk your fingers along the floor. Keep both sitting bones connected to the mat. Inhale and exhale, release. Take a big inhale, lift up. Exhale, left arm floats inside that left leg as we go up and over with the right arm. Shine that armpit up toward the ceiling. Gaze where it works for your neck. Now again, it's very normal for our two sides to feel very different. It's just life. Our practice of yoga, however, helps to bring those two sides into balance. Inhale and exhale, lift up. Again, we take a big inhale, reach. Exhale, open twist. Left hand inside that left leg, right hand behind. Shoulders are down and back, spiraling up toward the ceiling. Inhale and exhale, release. Let's go ahead and bring those legs out in front, taking them wide if needed. Heels are down. We sit up tall, shoulders down from the ears for our version of boat pose. Remember to only take it where it's appropriate for you. We lean back to where we feel those core muscles engage, that abdominal wall, strengthening, helping prepare for the big day. If it feels good for you, lift that left leg. Keep those shoulders pulled back. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale, release. This time, let's bring soles of the feet together. Heels are pretty far from your groin. We grab those shins. Inhale, exhale, forehead moves toward the insteps of the feet, releasing that low back. Inhale and exhale, release. to take breaks whenever you need it. If you need a sip of water, please get it at any time. Let's come on to our hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, tops of the feet relaxed on your mat. You can come on to the fists if that feels better on the wrists. We'll inhale and exhale through cat-cow. Inhale, face and hips lift, belly drops. Exhale to round, draw the navel up and in, chin tucks. Articulate the spine and follow your breath. Cat-cow is such a wonderful way to warm and lubricate the spine. And it is core strengthening as we engage the back muscles, as we arch, and as we engage those abdominal muscles as we round. Take one more cycle of breath. And then find neutral spine. You're neither arched nor rounded. Gaze is just beyond your fingertips, so the neck isn't dangling or lifted. Abdomen gently lifted. Now, if having your head below your heart is not safe or doesn't feel good, you'll keep doing that cat-cow that we were just doing. If it feels okay, we'll come into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide, index fingers forward. Tuck your toes, lift your hips back and up into downward facing dog. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Look through your legs. Feel free to pedal through your feet or wiggle your hips. Just doing what feels good and only doing it for as long as what feels good, even if that's no time at all. Go ahead and drop to your knees, taking them wide. Toes untuck as we sit the hips back into child's pose. Your forehead comes down. Your arms reach. They can stay reaching long. Elbows can come down as we bring those hands in prayer behind the head. Nice little shoulder and tricep stretch. Or we can bring those arms around the legs. You may stay here and breathe. Child's pose is a wonderful posture that's safe to come into anytime you need it or want it. So if you feel like your heart rate's gotten up a little too high, or you just need a break, you want a break, coming to child's pose is very appropriate, or anything else that's comfortable. This is your practice, so do what works for you. We'll come back to hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Again, inhaling and exhaling through cat-cow. One more cycle of breath. And find neutral spine. Neither arched nor rounded. Gaze just beyond your fingertips. If it feels okay, again, we'll spread those fingers. We'll tuck those toes and we'll lift back and up to downward facing dog. Pressing that chest back. Again, you can pedal or wiggle. Doing what feels good. Now, if you're on your knees, go ahead and lift those knees a little bit. And we're all going to walk the feet in toward the hands. The feet are somewhat separated as we relax. And if we're full, soften your knees, roll up slowly. I don't want us to have the head down too long. We are going to take some more forward folds. That should feel really nice as we move through a version of sun salutation where we don't put the belly on the floor. Remain here in Tadasana for a moment with your shoulders down and back. This is mountain pose. Your abdomen and your tailbone are tailbone's going to tuck, abdomen's going to draw in a little bit. This helps us engage those core muscles all the way around. Your feet are planted firmly. Slow your breath. This is a great place to come as well for a rest if you need it. Now we can notice here in Tadasana, even with both feet planted, if we close the eyes, we might notice a little swaying or rocking. Again, as the belly grows through pregnancy, our center of gravity changes and therefore our balance becomes more challenged. We're here to help improve the balance today. Let's take a big inhale, lift up. Exhale, dive it down. Down here, you're going to relax your head and neck. Head's heavy like a bowling ball hanging from a string. You can shake it yes or no. Feel free to grasp your elbows. If that feels nice, you can rock or sway. Let go the elbows. Soften your knees just a little. Inhale, half lift, look forward, flatten your back so that we can get that blood flow back in a regular direction. I want you to lift up kind of high. So if you've practiced yoga before, our half lift might be more parallel to the floor. I'd like you to come up a little higher. Bend the knees enough to release down. Hands come to the mat and we step back to a high plank. You can remain on your toes or come to the knees. Our elbows are close as we inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, float down. Do not come all the way to your mat. We keep the thighs and knees down as we untuck the toes and lift the chest into a version of cobra. So you're not able to see, but my hips are not down either. So this is keeping the belly away from the mat. We're not putting any pressure on it. If it doesn't feel good to arch the back so deeply, maybe you just come down a little bit. We're going to take those knees wide and sit back to a child's pose. If I move too fast for you, feel free to slow it down or skip what doesn't feel good. Come back to your hands and knees. You'll either walk it in or come through downward dog first. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, move forward. Feet are slightly separated. Release and fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Palms to your heart. This time, we're going to step wider. Heels are on the mat, but toes are outside the mat, so just a little bit wide. Take a big inhale, lift up. Exhale, dive it down. This time, we're going to grab on to the legs as we draw the top of the head toward the mat. Neck is relaxed. Next, inhale, half lift. Look forward and lift the chest a lot. Flatten your back. The legs are still wide. Exhale, hands come down. Bend the knees enough to get there, and we step back to high plank on the toes or the knees. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga, elbows bend as we float down, but not all the way. Then we come to the knees, untuck the toes, lift the chest and face for this version of cobra, somewhere between a cobra and an upward facing dog, if you're familiar with those. And we take it back to child's pose to release the spine. Back to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, coming to downward dog first if it feels good, or just starting to walk it in. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, move forward. Release and fold. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. This time we're going to step even wider. Toes and heels outside your mat. Legs are quite wide and toes are somewhat turned out. Take a big inhale, lift up. Exhale, dive it down. Grab onto your legs somewhere, top of the head, drawing toward the mat. Next inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees enough to bring the hands down and step back to your high plank. Knees or toes. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga only halfway. And then we bring those knees down if they're not already. Untuck the toes. And find your child's pose. Coming back to all fours. Tucking the toes if that feels good to lift into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift forward. Exhale, move forward. Release and fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Shoulders are down and back. Thumbs against your sternum. Maybe feeling that heart beating a little faster. We'll ensure the breath is moving in and out the nose only. Intentionally slowing it down. Take this moment to remind yourself of your intention. Take a big inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your chest as you step your left foot back into a high lunge. We're going to keep that heel off of the floor behind us. Bending into that front knee only as much as what works for you. We do want to make sure that knee is over on top of the ankle rather than going forward. Try to lift that knee in the back, pressing the pelvis forward. If it feels good for you, we'll reach those arms up. Crescent high lunge. So important to stay strong, especially as our body changes and prepares for giving birth and having a baby to carry around. We'll extend the leg and we're going to step that back foot in and flatten it. So we're not nearly as long. We're going to keep those hips forward and we're going to walk it down the leg. Wherever it feels good, relax your neck in this version of pyramid pose. So you might have to go to the side a little bit to make room for the tummy. Again, only go as far as what feels good. If it doesn't feel good to have your head down for long or very far, then don't. Also, keep pressure away from your knee. We're above or below. Bend your knee and we lift the body up. We're going to step off of that back foot and we're going to raise that knee up. As we raise this back knee up, you can grab under the knee. So we might not bring it up very high, and we might come outside of the torso a little bit. So it depends where we've got space to move. So we can grab outside, take it a little bit wide. As we balance, we might be wobbling, that's okay. We might find a focus somewhere in front of us, a little bit on the floor. And release. So all that strengthening happening down through the standing leg, in through the hip and glute, abdomen, obliques, low back. If you were really wobbly that time, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And know too, if we're standing on the cushion of the mat and or on top of carpet, any cushion underneath us causes us more instability, so it's more challenging. Palms to your heart. Inhale, exhale. We step that right leg back into high lunge. Even this is an unstable posture because we're not completely planted. Back heel is lifted, all 10 toes looking forward. Front knee on top of the ankle. Try to lift that back knee. If it feels good, we're going to lift those arms up. We're going to release. We're going to step that back foot in some. And it's flattened now, much narrower position. Front leg is straight. Inhale. Exhale, we walk it down. Taking it outside the thigh if we need. No pressure on the knee. Relax your neck wherever it feels good for you. Breathe. Our version of pyramid pose. This too is somewhat unstable. It's okay. Inhale and exhale, walk it up. Now we're going to find that stability on that left front leg. We're going to move that right leg off of the floor. We can grab underneath or on the knee. We can take it out to the side if that works better. Gaze where it works for you. Maybe bringing that other hand to the heart. As we balance, we can be on a soft knee or a straighter leg where the quad is lifted up to protect the knee. Squeeze the glutes. Abdominals strong. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Moving the breath in and out the nose only. Inhale and exhale, release to find your Tadasana. Let's pause here for a moment. Just holding these strength building postures can elevate that heart rate. Again, connect with your breath. Again, connect with your intention. Soften your knees. Inhale and exhale. Step your left foot back into our crescent high lunge. Hips look forward. If it feels good, we lift those arms. Inhale and exhale. We step in and extend the legs. Back foot is spun flat, stepping it as wide as needed. Hands come down and we walk it down. No pressure on the knees. We relax the neck. Coming wide if needed. If it works for you, the hands could come to the mat and fingertips could reverse. Recognizing that the hormone relaxin does allow our bodies to become more flexible when we're pregnant. Soften your knee and we walk it up. We don't want that head down for too long. We're going to push off of that back foot. If we can come right up into the bounce, great. If we need to take it one step at a time, that's great too. We lift that knee, grabbing under or on top. Maybe that other hand comes to heart center. Take that thigh wherever you need. Soft knee or extended with the quad, the front thigh muscles lifted. Breathe. Inhale and exhale, release. Palms to heart. Pause for a moment. Soften your knees. Inhale and exhale. Step your right foot back. All 10 toes look forward. Back knee is lifted. Hips are square. Front knee on top of the ankle. Lift your arms if that feels good. Inhale and exhale. Step in. Foot spins flat, taking it out wider if needed. Hands come to the thighs and we walk it down. You can relax your neck, no pressure on the knee. Take it out wider if needed. Hands can come down, fingertips can reverse. Whatever feels good, do not have your head below your heart for too long. I'll try to not keep you down here very long, but if you need to lift up sooner, please do. Let's go ahead and soften that knee, walk it up. Again, as we balance, it's okay if you're wobbly. If we can move off of that back foot smoothly, let's do it. Grabbing under, over the knee, taking it out to the side if needed. The knee is out to the side. Maybe reminiscent of that Captain Morgan position. You know, that thing we can't have. Inhale and exhale, release. Let's take a big inhale, lift up. Exhale, we'll dive it down. Come to your hands and knees right away. We're going to take those knees wide to sit into a child's pose. So relax your head, neck. Relax your back. Arms can reach behind the head or around the legs. Again, taking your time here to breathe, to reconnect with your intention. Let's go ahead and return to hands and knees. Again, you can come to your fists if that feels better on your wrists. So we're going to work a little more balance and stability and core here on all fours. You're going to reach your left leg behind you. Flex your foot. Try to keep your hips square to the mat. If it feels good, reach that opposite right arm forward. Breathing in and out the nose. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. And release. Now, we're going to turn on to that right knee and right hand as we stretch that left leg long and lift that left arm up and over into a modified side plank. We're lifting the obliques from the floor, maybe feeling the stretch through the other obliques. You could be on your fist here too if that feels better. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. And release back to all fours. Now, let's stretch your right leg back. Flex your foot. Hips are square to the mat. We want to make sure we're not arching that back. We're trying to keep it flat. When and if you're ready, reach that opposite left arm long. Keep your gaze just beyond the fingertips that are on the mat. Breathe, 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 and release. Now you're meeting Athena. She also loves some yoga practice too. Now you're going to move on to the left hand and knee. Reach your right leg long and right arm reaches up and over. A version of a side plank. This is our gate pose. You might still feel a little wobbly here. That's okay. You can be on your fist if that feels good. Gaze where it works for your neck. Inhale and exhale. Release it down. Let's give our wrists a little break. Sit back on those heels. We'll relax them a little bit. We're going to come through those movements one more time. So I love that that's great abdominal work and oblique work without having to do anything aggressive. Every time we work on our balance and stability, anytime you feel a little bit wobbly, your core is working. Let's come back to hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, on fists if that feels better. Left leg stretches behind you. Keep those hips square to the mat. Try to keep that nice flat back. When and if you're ready, right arm reaches long. Keep that gaze just beyond those left fingertips on your mat. Lower back strengthening as well. Inhale and exhale, release. Now we turn onto that right knee and right hand as that left arm reaches over and that left leg stretches along. If you want a greater challenge, lift that left leg away from the mat. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. And release it down. Obliques really working on both sides there. Now, your right leg stretches long, hips square to the mat, navel lifted, gaze beyond the fingertips. When and if you're ready, opposite left arm reaches long. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. And release. Let's turn on to that left knee, left hand or fist. Reach that right arm. Reach that right leg. If it feels good, we'll lift that right leg too. We might also notice that balance is better one side than the other. This is my tougher side. That's okay. We work to bring those sides into balance. Breathe, 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 and release. Take those knees wide. Sit back in a child's pose. Maybe we flip the hands over to relax the wrists. Let's go ahead and walk it up. And we're going to come to seated. Now, when we get to a certain point and our pregnancies, lying flat on the back is not safe for most women. I'm not going to lie flat on my back, even though at this point it's still okay for me. So if you want to do your spine twist lying on your back, you can, but we will stay with an open twist because this does not restrict the blood flow to the baby. Stretch your right leg long. Left leg crosses over. Sit up tall. Give yourself plenty of space as you need. We're going to bring that left elbow inside that left leg, right arm behind for the open twist. Releasing the spine, shoulders down away from the ears. We feel how much our low back has worked, which is a good thing. We want it stronger. It does a lot for us as we carry that child. Inhale and exhale, release. And let's take those legs to that kite position again. Heels together, far away from the groin. Inhale. Exhale, round it over. Forehead coming toward the insteps of the feet. I hope that this low back release, this kite pose, feels as good for you as it does for me. It is my favorite. Inhale and exhale, release. Now, stretch your left leg long. Right leg crosses over, giving as much space as needed. Sit tall. Right elbow inside that right knee, left arm behind. As we twist, spiraling those vertebrae up toward the ceiling. Shoulders down from the ears. Every inhale sitting taller. Every exhale, maybe twisting more. You may have heard my back crunch going both ways. Felt good. If yours popped, I hope it did for you too. Inhale and exhale, release. Let's again bring the soles of the feet together, but this time we'll draw them close. If it works, take your peace fingers, hook your big toes. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, round it over. Maybe your elbows press against your thighs. If you need to take it out wider here, of course that's fine. Do what you need to do. Relax your neck. Breathe. 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 And release. Very nice. We're going to move into relaxation. Now, again, if it's not safe for you to lie flat on your back, please lie on your side like I will. If it's still safe for you to lie flat on your back, especially if you're not pregnant, please feel free to take Shavasana in the traditional manner. We'll carefully come down You can lie on the side. Do whatever you have to do to get comfortable. If you need a pillow, you need to put on socks or a jacket, grab a blanket, please do. Find whatever position allows you to relax safely. Close your eyes. Let go of your breath. You're welcome to even mouth breathe now. Your toes and your feet relax. Your calves, the knees, the thigh muscles melt away, front and back, glutes, abdominal wall, nice and loose, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, all relaxed. Spine is long, neck and face muscles relax. Let your mind drift away to somewhere very, very peaceful. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, slowly waking them up. Maybe rock around a little bit. When you're ready, use your two strong arms to push you up into a comfortable seated position. It does not have to be crossed legs, but it can be. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders move down and back, open chest. You're welcome to close your eyes again. Again, think about that inventory of your body you took at the beginning of class. How does it feel now in comparison? Remind yourself of your intention. Thank yourself for working toward it. Thank yourself for doing something wonderful for your body, mind, and spirit. Take a big inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale through the mouth. Bringing the palms to your heart. Thank you so much for letting me teach you today. Namaste. I appreciate you so much for joining me for practice today. Again, these prenatal practices I'm providing really are for everyone. Very appropriate for a male yogi, beginner yogi, even for kids, so the whole family can join. Please, of course, do ensure that any exercise program you follow is safe for your body. Check with your doctor. I'll be back very soon with more specifically prenatal practices for you, again, that are appropriate for everyone. I'll look forward to seeing you soon.